I'm Justin Loretz. I'm the reviews editor for What Mountain Bike magazine, and I'm reporting to you today for Dirty Little Secrets. And today we're looking at a new bike. Not just any new bike, a really nice one. This is it. It's the Tomac Type X. Tomac, you may well remember the name if you've been around in mountain biking for a little while. He was probably and remains one of the most famous mountain bike racers of all time. Renowned for being as fast down the hills as he was up them, winning world championships and national championships for over 10 years. Before we get into the details, how good is this bike? I've just come back riding it. I've been riding it, in fact, for about 2 months now. Well, I can say, as someone that's managed to ride every high-performance carbon hardtail that there is, this ranks up there with the very best. And by the very best, I mean this ranks alongside bikes like the Scottscale Limited, the Specialized S-Works hardtail. It's a real thoroughbred. It's really been designed for one thing, racing. And as a racing piece of equipment, it really has very few rivals. As you can see, it's carbon fibre throughout, high modulus carbon fibre that's been made with a monocoque construction process, meaning it's one piece. It's a beautifully seamless construction, really wonderfully put together. Very little aluminium or metal in the frame, really only the dropouts and an alloy sleeve at the bottom bracket to allow the bottom bracket to be fit properly. Everything else completely carbon fibre. We've had this bike on the scales, comes out at 19.5 pounds depending on the tyres that you fit. About 1100 grams for the frame, which is ballpark, very, very lightweight frame. And it's incredibly stiff. And yet, for a bike so stiff, you'd expect it to be a harsh ride. Not so. Very cleverly, there's a lot of work been done by Joel and the engineers who've built the bike to develop a back end which has some vertical compliance. And actually, you can do a 2.5 hour, 3 hour full fast-paced ride on this bike, come back and not be too beaten up about it. Okay, it's a race bike. It's never going to be the most comfortable. Racing vehicles of any description rarely are. It's the speed that you'll be doing during the time that you're in the saddle that will leave you with the big grin. It really is a fantastic piece of kit. It's coming into the UK. They're just between distributors at the moment. It's very likely that it's going to be chain reaction cycles, or they will confirm that for you. The price for a frame is going to be about £1,100, which again, it's pretty ballpark. They'll be available in black or white, as I say, with an extra set of bottle bosses on here. Small, medium, large, extra large sizing. This is a medium that comes out at about 17 inches tall. Okay, if you're going to buy one of these bikes, you're going to need to know a few things about the parts you'll need to make it work properly. One is that this bike uses a 30.9mm seat post. Okay, they're not exactly thick on the ground, but they are available. As you can see here, we've teamed it up with a Syntace P6. It's one of the nicest carbon fibre seat posts on the market. This model uses an integrated headset, meaning you have to press the cups of the headset into the frame, but the bearings themselves sit down inside the head tube. Okay, what that means is you get a very, very low stack height. As you can see here, I've run the stem very, very low. There are no spaces between the stem and the headset, and that allows you to get a very low, aggressive racing style. Dropouts are the standard Tomac type. As you can see, they use 2 breakaway bolts, so if you do happen to bash the rear derailleur on something, it's highly likely that your derailleur hanger will break as it's supposed to, saving your rear derailleur. The good news is that all Tomacs use the same pattern part, and you should, if you're a sensible person, have a spare that you buy when you buy the bike. It would be a good idea. We've built this one up here with sufficiently nice parts. It's Shimano XTR throughout. Gear shifts in particularly worth noting. Probably some of the most smooth and quiet gear shifts that you can find in cycling. If you've got £1,000 burning a hole in your pocket and you want to build a top flight race bike, you need to consider the Tomac Type X. It's one of the best in its class.